Welcome everyone to a new season of Pineleaf Plays The Beorning, where we are going to be starting Volume 3 of the epic storyline. And I'll begin by speaking with Pethelin,
We are met in time of need, and it is a
Pineclaw.
joy to see you.
We are met in time of need, and it is a joy to see you. You must have received my message, for little else could have brought you hither with such haste. I do not dare to speak openly of the reason for Master Elrond's request in my letter, for fear of the message might be intercepted. I apologize for drawing you here with so little information, but Master Elrond will explain in detail what I could not. Speak if you are ready. We will go to him together, and he will tell you what has prompted his call. So let's speak with him.
Master Elrond awaits.
Quickly! It is my understanding that any delay will serve to do us great harm, so let us act with haste. All right?
Messages have come from Lórien. Messages that cannot be ignored. My sons have returned from the wild, and together they and a hero of Eriador must respond to these tidings with decisive action.
All right. Very good, Pineclaw. Perhaps now we will have an answer to why this haste is necessary. Is that Eladon? It is! Perhaps he will have some answers for us. Eladon, you have returned from your camp in the wild? Indeed. The promise of war has brought my brother and me back to the house of our father. War? Not in Elamdris! Oh, no. My brother and I ride to war in the south. Pineclaw, this concerns you as well. My father awaits for us in the Hall of Fire. Not in his library? Wow. He's allowed to be in another place of his house other than his library? Alright, there we go. Alright. Ah! Elrond, yeah. I believe Bilbo is retired to his room. Okay, fine. Hello, Master Elrond. I am pleased you received my summons, Pineclaw. I apologize for being so close as to the reason for its urgency, but there are dangers on the road, and I did not wish any information that might do us harm to fall into the hands of evil men. 2 days ago, courier hawks arrived in Rivendell bearing a message from Lórien. The messages were short, but even in their brevity they caused me pause. The messages are from the Lady Galadriel. I understanding some of their meaning, but I can only guess at the full import of her words. Okay. You know the secret company that set forth from Elamdris in December, Pineclaw? Yeah, that was sometime at the beginning of the previous volume. We know that they stayed for a time in Lórien, healing from their hurts. They have moved on from the safety of that land, sailing down the river Anduin with all secrecy. Do you fear for the success of their mission? They are strong of heart and true of purpose, Father. They will not falter in it. I wonder. This is the message I received from Galadriel of Lórien 2 days ago. Aragorn has need of his kindred. Let the Dunedain ride to him in Rohan. What is Aragorn doing in Rohan? None of the plans we discussed should have brought him there. Well, the past was one of the way there. The gap, I mean. If Lady Galadriel says Aragorn is in Rohan, he surely is. Or will be. And that is so. We must gather the Dunedain, the Rangers of Eriador. You must do this, Pineclaw. Me. You know the roads and paths of Eriador, You must bring this news to the Rangers. Oh, because I've been doing errands for you all over the place. The Rangers will uphold their oath. They will become the Great Company to ride to the aid of their chief. I will meet you in the library to discuss this charge. I have been away from that place long enough for one day. Okay. Yes, I know about Bilbo being retired to his room. Alright, let's go to the library. Up here. Looks different with all the vendors here. The vendors must have also be retired. Oh, hello, Arwen. I know of the message from my grandmother, Pineclaw, and I know too that my father has asked you to gather the Dunedain, that they may ride south to the aid of Aragorn. We knew this day would come, he and I, and have both long prepared for its arrival. It has been my part to craft an item of beauty and of use, an item Aragorn will have need of before all is done. He knows of its making, and it will be a sign to him that the hour has indeed arrived when he must seize that which is his. I hope it will be a comfort to him too, in the distant lands. When the Dunedain are all assembled, I will send for you. I must be sure that someone will bear this item to him. It will call you before the Rangers depart. Thank you, Pineclaw. That means a great deal to me. Hello. It will not be easy to gather the Dunedain as quickly as it must be done. It would be best for you to use swift travel all over the place. It will be best for you to bring the message to certain of Aragorn's kin, that they may then speak to the rest of their people, while you travel to those in more distant lands. I have prepared the names of those to whom you must speak. Walk with me, and I will tell you where they can be found. Not that I haven't spoken to all of them already. My sons tell me that the ranger Rananir has come to the Thorenhad in the Trollshalls. Rananir is humorless, but among the trees of the Trollshalls he is more at home than any. He is an expert in herb lore. All right. You will find the ranger candidate in the Lone Lands, in the base of the hill called Weathertop. Yes, I remember doing some tasks for him over there. He knows much about the lore and heritage of the Dunedain. Okay. Saradin is more settled than many of the Dunedain. He has a cabin in Breland and is held in higher regard by the people than others of the Rangers. Do you have any questions about these three? Once you have met Ranadir in the Trollshalls and told him of the Rangers must assemble, you shall travel west to the Lone Lands. At the base of Weathertop you will find Candace, and there is sure to be joined the Grey Company. After you have spoken with Candace, you will travel to Breland and speak with Saradin at his cabin. He is not as prone to wandering as the others of akin, but he must be told of Aragorn's need. But there are other rangers you must find. We're going to do this step by step. There we go. The ranger Halros has a camp in the Shire, near the outskirts. Alright. I will tell you of the names of the nearby towns, but I do not know them. Yeah, I have known nothing about the Shire, and I didn't bother asking Bilbo. I have not concerned myself with dealings with the Shire as Gandalf, Aragorn, and Halros have done. I'm sure Bilbo will know the names of the towns there. The ranger Halbarad has always had an ear for the ear of Aragorn, his chieftain. You will find him in a hidden camp of Estelden in the North Downs. Yes, the most poorly hidden place in the entire continent. I've heard of it. Alright. And let's continue. Oh, and Calanglad is overseeing the defenses of Anuminas on the shores of Lake Evendim for many years. He has known Aragorn all of his life. I do not doubt that he will ride with the Grey Company. Do you have any further questions? No. Halros, Halbarad, and Calanglad will speak with the others of the Dunedain near the borders of the Shire and throughout the North Downs and Evendim. But there are 2 more rangers you must need to find personally. The distances are simply too great for anyone but you to cover in this time because you're the only one who has swift travel. Okay, he doesn't say that. Right, he doesn't say that. But that's what he's thinking. The ranger Lothendir watches the frozen northern lands of Forhel, home of the Lossoth. And yet, the Great Company needs Lothendir despite the incredible distance. He spent much of his life in the wide southern lands and is familiar with their peoples. So he's gone everywhere from south to north then, if he knows the southern lands well, and he also knows the northern lands. Alright. The last ranger I will have need to find is Coronir. You will find him in Alcair in Angmar. Coronir is less bold, perhaps, than others of the Dunedain, but he'll do. Father, you don't understand. There's another ranger in Angmar. It should be part of the Grey Company. Why not Coronir not join the Grey... Why not Goladir not join the Grey Company? Goladir, you say? I know why, or can guess, Pineclaw. You were there. Oh, you know why, yes. You were there when Goladir's daughter was slain by the false king? Yeah, I think I remember that incident. We should ask no more of Goladir. He has lost too much already. Let Goladir remain in Eriador, where he can nurse his grief. Coronir will go in his place. Perhaps I should have paid attention to what happens if you don't do Book 7. I have a couple of characters that haven't. I mean, I presume his lines will be different there, since I wouldn't have witnessed it. Goladir was a strong man and true of heart, but my father is right. He has suffered much. I did not know. I know very little of Coronir beyond that he is loyal to a fault. Did he not remain in Alcair for years, waiting Goladir's return from beyond the Ramas de Luon? And so it shall be, Pineclaw. You would walk the paths of Eriador one more time in search of these Dunedain. They will gather others of their kin, and when all is ready, the Grey Company will set forth. It will be done as Galadriel of Lórien has asked. We respond to her messages with the haste we must, and with the messenger those messages deserved, a Beorning of proven loyalty, to gather the Grey Company in time. All right? Very good, Pineclaw. Many hopes rest on your journey through Eriador to gather the Dunedain for their journey.
In the watches of the night, messages came from Galadriel of Lórien, messages that give me pause. The company that set forth from Rivendell with 9 now departs with 8, bearing the gifts of the Lord and Lady. Their road takes them now down the waters of Anduin, and beyond my sight.
All right, and that I guess we could turn off walk.
It will not be an easy task to gather the Dunedain.
Definitely not. Master Elrond was right to impress upon you the need for haste. If Aragorn has need of the Dunedain, they will need to be gathered with such speed as you can manage. It will not be an easy task, for the Dunedain are given to wandering in the wild. They may be scattered across all of Eriador. Well, yeah, just the locations given to me tell me that.
You must travel to Thorinhad to speak with Elrond here.
The sons of Elrond have already left for Thorinhad to prepare for the coming journey. But they're not going to contact that ranger that you were asked to do. They're going to leave that to you. Elrond here did say that one of the Dunedain, the ranger named Radinir, was staying for a few days at the camp. As Thorinhad is the nearest to Rivendell, you should travel there first to speak with Radinir before seeking the others. I have met few of Aragorn's kin, but Radimir is known to me for his journeys oft to the traffic at moors and often stays here in Rivendell. For a time, my brethren sought to convince him to join the company in song in the Hall of Fire, as Aragorn would. But Radinir would have none of it. Travel to Thorinhad, north of the Bruinning Gorges, in the Trollshalls, and speak with Elrond here. He will introduce you to Radinir. Once the ranger is told of the message from Lórien, you can seek out the others Master Elrond has suggested. And this will give you two choices of rewards. One is a legacy, and the other one is a map to the Lone Lands. And the map could be especially useful if you do not have access to swift travel on the right. Do I find it useful anyway? Actually, I should use my delving thing. Now, I think I am immediately, so I have immediate access to that, so I can start gaining XP on that. So I should have done that before closing out the previous quest. So therefore, it is time for me to head out to Thorinhad, where I will meet you for the next episode of Pineleaf Plays The Beorning.